Welcome, everyone. This is Deal Day. I'm Dr. Janine, your host and your guest and the formulator of the Vitatree products. I'm so glad that you are here today for some live shopping. This is our last live hour, and you made it just on time. We're going to go through a bunch of products, and we have our Deal Day items. These are our very special items on sale, saving up to 35% today for the next day only. So it's a 24-hour sale. So this expires tomorrow on our Deal Day items. So we will be getting to our Acu blood sugar balance. That is coming up to 35% off. And again, the regular price on this is $80.78 today, only $54.52. And I'll be talking all about that and what that's all about in terms of blasting away some belly fat, balancing our blood glucose levels, and for insulin resistance. Now, collagen, another Deal Day item for today. Again, this is amazing at $53.98, regular $79.98. So yeah, you can purchase it at regular price a couple days from now. I'm okay with that. But at the same time, why not get the deal today and for today only? We will be talking about the vitamins formula that will be coming up as well. So that is fantastic. All right. So let's start with our first item in the show. And this is our collagen. Now, this is a very different type of collagen that you may have experienced before if you've taken a collagen supplement before. This is a grass-fed hydrolyzed collagen from a bovine source and from the European Union, highest grade and quality of that collagen, and hydrolyzed, meaning that it's gone through an enzymatic process to make it super easily digestible. And what true to the Vitatree brand, of course, none of my formulations contain any fillers or flow agents, none of the other things that you can commonly find in a lot of supplements out there. And we'll be sort of touching back to this a few times during the live show today. Microcrystalline cellulose, a filler that's basically made from wood chips. Magnesium stearate, which is a flow agent that they use to speed up production times. It's never been tested to be safe for long-term human consumption. Titanium dioxide, been banned now in Europe, and France got rid of it years ago. We need to ask ourselves when we're taking supplements, do we really need to be ingesting some of that junk that's in most of the supplements out there? Of course, at Vitatree, you don't have to worry about that. None of my formulations contain those. And that's a big reason why when you start taking Vitatree, you really feel that difference. So whether it is for the beauty aspects of collagen loss happens for a variety of reasons. Let's go through some of those. But this is important because that loss of collagen, this is where we're going to see changes in the skin. And I know a lot of you may be taking a collagen supplement because you want to help with plumping up the skin. All those collagen peptides that you're getting from type 1 and type 3 collagen in the Vitatree collagen will help to do just that. We can see with the loss of collagen and the disorganization of collagen fibers, what's happening is that we're getting those wrinkles, but we want to plump up that skin from the inside out. And that's why when you're taking just your 1 scoop a day of your collagen from Vitatree, you will see those differences in your skin. It will be amazing. And that's why we have so many great testimonials on this product. I'm going to show you how I mix it up in my coffee, but let's look at some of the aspects of a type 1 and type 3 collagen, why it's so important that you're actually getting both. And not all collagens out there, marine collagens, you're not always going to get the right breakdown of 1 and 3. Okay, we need type 1 for our eyes. We also need type 1 and 3 for healthy skin, of course, for that beautiful skin, but for your hair growth as well. Type 1 and 3 for your heart valves. So really important for cardiovascular health. We see here for our blood vessels, type 3 collagen in our hydrolyzed collagen from Vitatree is important because it maintains elasticity. And that's something that we want in our artery walls because that's going to help to maintain, of course, that good blood flow and helps with cardiovascular health in general. Type 1 and type 3 in muscles. So that's really important as well as our tendons, so type 1 and type 3 collagen. And that's, again, that tensile strength, that elasticity in our joints. This is our ability to have proper range of motion. This is longevity because this is our mobility over time as well. So we don't want to get those creaky old joints. This collagen does miracles for the joints. For bone density as well, type 1 and type 3. And which one did I? Adipose tissue. Even your fat has type 1 collagen. I mean, who knew, right? And we'll be talking a little bit more about that when we get to our blood sugar balance and why that's so important in terms of belly fat to balance our blood glucose levels. That is one of our deal day items today. But when we take a look at our deal day, just if you're tuning in right now, welcome on in. We are talking about our collagen. So today and today only, so this is just a one-day sale. Subscription price, look at this, 35% off. Free shipping when you go with subscription, and that's going to come to you on time. So you can choose a 1 month, a 2 month, a 3 month subscription. It's totally up to you, but you're getting your 2 pouches. Each pouch contains 20 scoops of the Vitatree collagen. All right. You can also do the one time. That is great as well. 25% off. You're saving $20 here off the regular price. And this is our US pricing, of course, and interest-free payments. So you can spread out your partial payments in terms of doing it this way if you want to do that, just to spread out your payments, making it a little bit more affordable as you go. But I hope you try the collagen. If you are new to Vitatree, this is one of our top sellers. We're actually very limited in one country on our availability of our collagen pouches. I'm not going to mention which one because we're broadcasting online all over the world, but this is something that's very limited, especially at this deal. So you definitely want to lock that in, put it in your cart, go to Vitatree.com and make sure that you are clicking that for your collagen. All right. Now I want to show you how I mix it actually in my coffee, and you can really, it's so versatile. It is unflavored. And remember, each scoop is 10 grams of collagen, which is also 10 grams of protein. So if you have ever tracked your macros, if you've ever been checking out, okay, how many grams of protein am I actually getting? You may be shocked to find out that if you start doing this and you haven't done it before, that it's very difficult to get the required amount of protein grams that you need daily. And this is one of my little hacks. I use our protein powder. I also use the collagen just to give me those extra amino acids, and they're highly absorbed. I've seen the biggest changes for my hair growth, for my beautiful skin as well. And so this is something that you definitely want to try. All right. So in my coffee, this is how I do it. I do it in hot coffee, and you just stir it in and it melts very quickly. Remember, it is unflavored, so you really don't even know that it's there. And that's amazing. If you want to do an iced coffee, you could do this as well. Just mix this first in your hot coffee, in your espresso that you've brewed, and then you can pour that over your ice and your milk. Amazing. But it is so remarkable. High absorption, unlike other collagen powders that are out there. And we have so many great testimonials on this product as well. So maybe we'll take a look at some of those. Thank you for coming in today and making sure that, yes, I love your comments. Thanks for commenting, Cot MHG. Thank you. Your number 3 crown. Hassan Ali. Thank you. I am in Canada currently right now. And thank you to, is it Sci Fish Style? And okay, asking about protein powders. Yes, if it is a good protein powder brand, so the one that I've created is actually a functional protein, so you can check that out on Vitatree.com. The whey protein is amazing at any age, really, and especially as we're aging, there's something called sarcopenia, so there's that loss of that muscle mass. This is where collagen can be really helpful, but a whey protein as well as a functional protein. Okay, so let's talk about some collagen reviews really quickly. This is from Valeria, and she said, morning routine staple. Every morning I know I'm getting an amazing start to my day with this grass-fed beef collagen. When I'm out and I can't enjoy it, my whole day is affected. Highly recommend, and I'm a lifelong user. Well, thank you, Valeria. 5 stars again from Nicole. To me, this product is excellent, and I would give it 10 stars. I use Vitatree collagen every morning in my coffee. I have also put my subscription for 2 pouches a month. I love that. So subscription today is definitely the way to go because you get that extra savings plus free shipping. And 5 stars from Grace. It's the best product. I recommend it to everyone who wants to try it. Well, thank you to everyone who shared your testimonials and your reviews. And just by the way, these are real reviews from real customers, and you can check them out on Vitatree.com. All right. So continuing on now, another deal day item, and that is our blood sugar balance. Okay, so what is this all about? This is all about, and you may have heard of GLP-1 agonists. You've heard about these diabetes types of treatments that are out there, once a week things usually, and it's all about stabilizing that blood glucose. Well, what is a great side effect of stabilizing blood glucose and your insulin is weight loss. And this is why, did you know that you can do it naturally as well? And this is one of the things, and the attributes of the blood sugar balance is that because now we're stabilizing that insulin response, we are stabilizing blood glucose. The weight loss can be a great kind of side effect of doing that. And, when we're looking at stabilizing blood sugar, this is where we can actually access that body fat, and that body fat can be burned when we have a stabilized blood glucose level. Now, when it's erratic and it's spiking and crashing, not only does it make you crave a lot more carbohydrates, but it's very difficult to stay on track with your goals for your body composition. And that's one of the things. When we can find that stability, this is fantastic that we can do it naturally with the ingredients in the blood sugar balance. So maybe we'll take a look at those really quickly, but I just want you to know that this is a deal day item, okay? So deal day means that you have a significant savings in what we're offering, and it's only for 24 hours, okay? So this is one of our deal day items, the biggest item. In terms of savings on subscription, you can lock that in for $54.52, and that's 35% off of the regular price with free shipping on subscription. Now, if you just want to do a one-time, you can definitely do that at $60.58, 25% off. And you can also split up your payments if you want to do that to make it a little bit easier for you. But let's take a look at the ingredients in the blood sugar balance. This is something that I created. My first thought was, of course, to help with stabilizing people who are pre-diabetic and diabetic, wanted to find and use something natural to stabilize blood glucose levels. But yes, in using this, realizing that the side effect for people that were overweight was that because it was stabilizing that insulin response was this dramatic weight loss, which is possible, with something natural, which is amazing. So whether it is because of the African wild mango seed, which is known to help to decrease something called C-reactive protein, which is an inflammatory marker in the blood if you've had your blood work done, very much commonly related to leptin resistance, that it can help to stabilize that and decrease that inflammation in the system. Also stabilizes blood sugar levels, helps with the, utilization of insulin and how that is that lock and key mechanism, of course, with your glucose. Okay, white mulberry leaf also helps to stabilize that blood sugar, and they found that it helped to regulate the gene expression of the leptin. And leptin is a hormone that's secreted by your fat cells, so that's an interesting, correlation. Muscat and grape skin is known to help to balance your blood glucose levels, and Gymnema sylvester. Now, this is a herbal medicine that was able to help to significantly suppress the lipid and insulin levels, so the blood fats. So that was incredible. Some work, and I recently read a study on the Gymnema that really helped as a GLP-1 agonist. So if you've heard about the ones that are out there, the conventional ones, this is very different without the side effects. All right, as well as no magnesium stearate, no synthetic ingredients, no fillers or flow agents, of course, true to the Vitatree brand. We don't use any compromising ingredients like most of the supplements out there. If you don't realize, this is, something to be aware of. So at Vitatree, all those raw materials, all of, those fantastic herbal medicines that make up the capsules, and that's why we get the efficacy that we do, that's what fills up the capsule. But what the other supplement companies are doing, they can be using up to 85-95% fillers just to fill up the capsules. And the big one that they often use is called microcrystalline cellulose. So I highly recommend that you check your vitamin bottles at home. If it says this, microcrystalline cellulose, that is the filler that is commonly used just to make more capsules or tablets. And, some of the other compromising ingredients like titanium dioxide, which has now been banned in Europe, still allowed here where I live in North America. So you just have to be aware, and you have to really read your supplement bottles. But we don't have that at Vitatree, and that's why we get the results that we're looking for. One of our customers of this product, of the blood sugar balance, she started taking it to balance out her blood sugar levels. She noticed that, and that was Cynthia, and she noticed that her cravings were gone for all the carbohydrates and all the wrong foods, she also noticed a great weight loss of 23 pounds. And she actually believes that it's more than 23 pounds now. She ran into someone who she hadn't seen in a long time, and she's like, wow, you've lost a lot of weight. And she said that her new winter wardrobe, or her winter wardrobe that she, changing into the season now, did nothing fit her anymore, because she had lost so much weight. So that's the great thing about Vitatree. It works well. It works quickly. Here we can see from Cheryl with the blood sugar balance, 5 stars. She says, it works. I've been taking this for over a year, and I have noticed quite a difference in my levels. It's definitely helped manage my blood sugar. So her blood sugar levels were stabilized. Another 5-star review. This is from Kelly. Kelly said, I ordered AccuBlood for my husband. It is working on that stubborn weight around his waist. So yeah, it can really help with that stubborn belly fat. And I noticed he slimmed down after just taking 1 bottle along with the fat factors. So that combination with the fat factors is extraordinary if you're trying to burn off some of that extra fat. Another 5-star review, AccuBlood is amazing, from Lisa. I bought this for my mom and she is thrilled. It actually helps and is natural. So that is the power of Vitatree. Again, if you're new here and just tuning in, check out Vitatree.com. You're going to learn about all of our products, but today is a special day. It only is going to be happening probably once a year on these items. And this is our blood sugar balance. So this is one of our main items on sale today. I want you to try it. It is a 2-bottle offer, and this is at $54.52, a substantial savings just for today and today only, and as we have quantity left. And our regular price on the AccuBlood, if we can show that slide really quickly. You can also do the one time if you want to, but subscription is great because you get the free shipping as well. But if we look at the regular price on the AccuBlood, it's $80, over $80, and today it's $54.52. So if you were ever curious about it or wondered if these types of things work in terms of stabilizing blood sugar, your energy levels, your cravings go away, the weight loss, then just try it. I mean, just try it, and I'm sure you will be pleased with the results. That is our deal day offer for today, which of course disappears after today. All right, so put that in your cart, the AccuBlood, and of course we talked about the collagen, or other deal day offer. But I'm going to be talking a little bit about my book in just a bit. I want you to check out this video really quickly and come on right back. What if the real path to healing was buried on purpose? Before we had prescriptions and quick fixes, we healed with the sun, with the earth, with grounding, with natural detox, and really watching what we put into our bodies. Well, these are some of the reasons why I wrote my latest book, The Lost Medicine. It's all about rediscovering Mother Nature's prescription for us. She is our best doctor. You can learn more in my latest book. Please check it out. All right, so that is the book. And are we going there next? No. We will go there in just a second after we talk. Actually, okay, so check it out. I'm not sure if I have some minutes to talk about the book. So go to Vitatree.com if you've not yet purchased the book. It is an amazing gift to give to someone, the gift of health. You're going to learn so much. It's all about reconnecting with Mother Nature and, some things that you hear about maybe in social media, like grounding, and a lot of what I talk about in social media as well, in terms of cold exposure and heat exposure, and how you can use these to your advantage, and all the tips on how to do that and maximize your benefits with doing these things. All right, let's move on. I mentioned the fat factors. Okay, so if you're wanting to burn, especially some extra body fat around the midsection, this is going to be a great tool, all natural, that you can use to help to speed up that fat oxidation and mobilization. And when we look at the ingredients in the fat factors, this used to be called the Vitatree Fat Burner. I just changed the name with the team because it works on different factors as to how it's actually addressing the fat loss and targeting especially that belly fat. And what it's doing is it's increasing thermogenesis. So what is that? It's the body's ability to create heat and to oxidize and mobilize that fat. And that's what the fat factors, this is something that with all natural ingredients, and the science and the studies actually prove that this combination can be really helpful, especially the green tea. So if you look up the green tea, with a little bit of caffeine from the green tea, is specific for helping to get rid of that belly fat, which is amazing. So that's why we have the green tea, the Camellia sinensis leaf. maca, which is an adaptogenic herbal medicine. And this is known to help to address stress levels and cortisol. And we know that cortisol and belly fat are definitely correlated. So that's why I added the maca, and helps to give you the energy. So the Peanuts ginseng helps to increase your energy, stamina, even a little bit of more perspiration happens. I love to take the fat factors just before exercise. It's really stimulating to, your ability to, burn off that fat, and gives you that energy to get through your workout, your exercise, your walk, whatever it is. But it is amazing. So you'll notice that, effect with taking the formulation. 2 capsules a day is your standard dosage on this one. And it is such a fantastic thing. So if you're really wanting to sort of speed up that thermogenesis, the green tea helps with your epinephrine levels, the catechins, which are, of course, in the green tea, which are the EGCG, is especially, effective for that belly fat, which is amazing. And, these are antioxidant rich, herbal medicines as well in the formulation. So it has that added benefit of protecting you from free radical damage, which is amazing and really maximizes that fat burn, when you're taking it. So 2 capsules a day is your standard dosage. I like to take it about a half an hour before exercise. And I'm telling you, if I don't take that before some of these crazy things that I do in terms of hot yoga, and my workouts, with weight training, it's kind of like, sort of that secret weapon that I take. It mentally helps to get me through the workout as well. It's like, I took it. I know I can do this. I know I can do this, and I can lift heavier. I can burn through that hot yoga class. It makes all the difference for the energy and the stamina. And like I said, you may notice that you're actually perspiring a little bit more. If you've heard me talk about that before, perspiration is what? It's like your fat cells are crying. Okay, Meow Gang had a question. Is it okay to take vitamin D and K 2 hours apart from one another? Is that long enough? I would be okay with maybe 3 to 5 hours apart. It's something that I have videos on, Meow Gang. So please, check that out on my social media, because we don't want to increase the calcium in the blood too much. So I prefer that vitamin D and K are not taken together at the same time. So I would prefer more than, the 3 hours-ish, 5 hours better, definitely. I actually prefer to take vitamin D3 in the morning and my K2 at bedtime. So I really do spread it out quite significantly, just to ensure the proper absorption of each of them. And I like the K2 with the whole food calcium. Of course, one of my other formulations here, which has that dramatic absorption, which is amazing. Okay, so fat factors. Does it work? Yes, it does. Look at these testimonials. 5-star reviews. Fantastic product. I use it myself and recommend it to my patients. So a practitioner, Alicia, has shared. I am also very satisfied with the service. It is fast and efficient. Thank you very much. So the fact that somebody is actually prescribing this to their patients for fat loss, amazing. So it must be working. All right. So that's another great 5-star review here. Fat Factors works. I actually have noticed my husband has slimmed down in the waist area after just taking 1 bottle. As an added bonus, he has exercised as usual and has not altered his diet to get this result. So we know that it was the fat factors. Yes is one thing. And I encourage, if you are watching your diet, you're in a calorie deficit, you're doing the training, you're doing your exercise, you're watching some of the carbs, your higher protein, that's all good. Take this along with what you're doing, helping to speed up your results. And then you get more motivated when you start to see some of that fat coming off, which is amazing. Okay, one more 5-star review from Val. My husband loves this product. He takes it with the AccuBlood. He is seeing results in weight loss. So that combination, remember, AccuBlood is our DealDay item today, along with our collagen, significant discount on that, plus our fat factors you can find, of course, on Vitatree.com. So make sure you're putting these things in your cart and try them out. And I want to hear from you. I want to hear your results with your fat loss, how it's going, the curbing your cravings for all the wrong foods and all those carbohydrates and the sweets and things. It is amazing when you start to give your body those nutrients and some of these herbal medicines that are so powerful to find that balance, whether it's for your blood sugar, whether it's targeting that thermogenesis for your weight loss with the fat factors. They work hand in hand really nicely. So that's something that you could put, into your cart and really experience those changes. All right, let's move on. Now we're talking about coenzyme Q10. Okay, what is this? It's a coenzyme, and what it does is it works in the mitochondria. The mitochondria, if you've heard about them, the little organelles within your cells that produce energy, they have a lot of other functions, but this is so important that we are moving those electrons along the electron transport chain, and this is what CoQ10 does, helping us to produce that energy. And when we're lacking in coenzyme Q10, what can happen is that we get this relative distribution that really falls off very quickly as we're aging. So take a look at this chart if you've not seen this before. This is like crazy, okay? So at age 20, this is our CoQ10 distribution in our body, 100%. Okay, so we look our best, we feel our best, we can stay out all night, nothing happens the next day, you pop out of bed, get back to work or school or whatever, no problem, all right? At age 40, is that the same story? Maybe not so much. Maybe we're lacking in some of that coenzyme Q10, but look at our major organ systems. And that's why CoQ10 historically has been known as something that's really good for your heart and cardiovascular system. But look at the heart. I mean, that distribution has dropped off significantly, even at age 40. Look at what's happening at age 80. All right. Kidneys, lungs, liver, our major internal organs. The ones that utilize the most energy are the ones that need the most coenzyme Q10 to move those electrons along. So this is so, so important that we're optimizing our levels, doing it naturally. And that's what you're getting in the CoQ10 plus BP. This is naturally formulated and why it's called plus BP, to help to manage your blood pressure levels as well. So if you do have high blood pressure, it will help to bring it into balance. But that being said, if you do have a lower blood pressure, it can help to balance it to bring it into the normal range. We also know when we look at the ingredients in the CoQ10 that this is something that's significant in terms of having an antioxidant status. So this is really a one and done out of all the Vitatree products. It really does cover so many bases because it is a powerful antioxidant. We have the coenzyme Q10 and resveratrol from dark-skinned grapes, which we know is a powerful antioxidant, great for longevity. But also ashwagandha. Now, ashwagandha is a powerful adaptogenic herbal medicine. It helps with stress, helps us to balance our emotions, which is really important in terms of stress and blood pressure. Typically, a high blood pressure can be correlated to, that stress response. I used to, with my white coat on in my practice and take if I'm seeing a patient for the first time and take their blood pressure, it's like through the roof, and it's called the white coat syndrome. They're scared of me. I don't know. I don't think I'm that scary, but they're scared of me and coming to the doctor's office. And then I would just let them relax and have a, gentle conversation with them. And then I would measure the blood pressure again. And sure enough, it dropped off, and that was that stress response that was showing that significantly higher blood pressure on the initial reading. So we know that stress is a big proponent of having high blood pressure. That's one of the reasons in my thinking of adding the ashwagandha when I formulated the CoQ10 plus BP. Green coffee bean extract. We know that this and what the research shows, it helps to balance out blood pressure levels very naturally without any negative side effects. But it's a bit of a natural fat burner as well. So if you do need to target some of that fat loss, certainly we have, our fat factors, which we talked about if you're just tuning in. And we also have, of course, our blood sugar balance as one of our deal day items for today. But check this out on Vitatree.com. Again, without magnesium stearate, no fillers, no flow agents. And our deal day item was that AccuBlood. So balancing that blood sugar, targeting that belly fat, which is amazing for insulin resistance as well. Extraordinary deals. You can check it out all on Vitatree.com. Amazing, amazing, amazing deals. All right. So talking about the CoQ10, again, do we have some testimonials that we can show everyone on the CoQ10? All right. Yes, we do. So the reviews that we have, 5-star reviews, a must have. I love the idea that this CoQ10 has blood pressure lowering ingredients in it. It truly does work. Blood pressure is responding nicely to this. It has no fillers or flow agents. Would recommend it to anyone. And that's from Joyce. Thank you so much, Joyce, for appreciating the fact that, again, at Vitatree, we don't use any fillers or flow agents. Just natural ingredients. All the actives is what fills up our capsules. Another 5-star review from Rebecca. She said, this product has worked so well. I have more energy and feeling good. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention it gives you loads of energy? Remember, it's moving those electrons in the electron transport chain with your CoQ10. giving you a bunch of energy. And a lot of people are deficient in energy, and that's what makes you maybe eat more carbohydrates, go for the caffeine, all the things that maybe aren't the best in terms of your overall health if you do too much of that. Okay, one more 5-star review. High blood pressure no longer. I had high blood pressure readings while at the doctor's office over the last year. I purchased CoQ10 plus BB hoping it would help lower my blood pressure. The last time I went to the doctor after taking the supplement, my BP was lowered back down to the normal range. Well, congratulations, Carrie. I'm so glad that it helped you. And that's the power of Vitatree. I mean, without the fillers and flow agents, only the best ingredients and my formulations that take a lot of time and research to actually come up with the proper formulations and the synergy of those raw materials. That's what you're getting at Vitatree. And thank you so much for sharing all your reviews. Amazing, amazing to have you all shopping with us here today. And don't forget to go to Vitatree.com so you can learn so much more about the product. Remember, this is Deal Day. If you're just tuning in right now, I'm Dr. Janine. I'm the formulator. You may have seen me on social media. I do a lot of education on social media about all things natural and what we can do naturally for our health. I'm also the author of my latest book, The Lost Medicine. So thank you so much for everyone who's purchased. And it was so great having you all here today. All right. Are we going to a little commercial break? All right, take a look at this.
For Vitatree Live Shopping with Dr. Janine Bowring. Stock up and save up to 35% on your favorite Vitatree products at Vitatree.com. Need help or have a question? Call 1-844-GET-WELL or email our team at hello@Vitatree.com or chat with us in the comments for live answers from Dr. Janine.
All right. So yeah, use that phone number. Isn't that a cutesy phone number? Love it. 1-844-GET-WELL. You can't forget that one. And use that number. I mean, talk to our experts. If you've got questions when you get your bottles home and you can't remember something, please just call the number, talk to our experts. They will definitely be able to help you out. All right. We are moving on now to our vitamin D3. All right. What time of year is it? For a lot of people who live away from the equator, it's that time of year when you may be feeling it. So maybe your hair is starting to fall out. Maybe you're getting back pain and aches and pains. Maybe your immune system is suffering a bit and you're feeling just unwell. Your energy levels are not where they used to be when you saw more of that sunshine. Well, is it a vitamin D3 deficiency? And this is something that I highly recommend that people get some blood work done just to kind of get a baseline for where you're at for your vitamin D3 levels. But again, with blood work, it's not always the full picture as to what's actually happening with your vitamin D and your vitamin D receptors. So we have vitamin D receptors in the brain. We also have them in the lungs. We have them in most of our internal organs. Almost all our cells in our body actually have vitamin D receptors. And that's why when we look at the symptoms of being low in that vitamin D, we can see that there could be some correlations here with what's going on with that D3 deficiency. So let's talk about strong dental health. So your teeth and your bones, they concentrate that calcium and other minerals, which of course is so important. We need that vitamin D3 to ensure that this is happening the way that it's supposed to. Asthma, remember there's vitamin D receptors in the lungs. And so asthma and chronic coughs and COPD can often, and you get sick with something, you think it's the winter, it's the cold, I'm getting sick all the time. Is it because you're vitamin D3 deficient and those vitamin D receptors in the lungs and you're getting that cough because they're looking for that vitamin D? So this is really important that you're optimizing your vitamin D levels. Diabetes and balancing your blood glucose levels. Bone density, we need to optimize our vitamin D status. Fatigue, depression. Remember those vitamin D receptors in the brain, so this affects your moods as well. You've heard of seasonal affective disorder. Yeah, it happens, and it's very, very common, especially in certain parts of the world. Related to potentially that vitamin D deficiency. High blood pressure, coronary artery disease, muscle aches, weakness, back pain is a big one. So especially that low back ache and back pain, your back just keeps kind of going out of place. Well, is it a vitamin D deficiency? Yeah, it might be. So optimizing those levels becomes very, very important. And again, you want to optimize usually beyond what the labs will say are kind of the normal range. So definitely work with your practitioner here together, and really ask the question, okay, what is the optimal range? In labs, it can say from 75 to 250, depending on the type of laboratory and what unit of measure they're using. But the ideal level is 100 to 150 nanomoles per milliliter. So not that you're going to remember that, but just, be aware and do your own research when you're optimizing your vitamin D levels. And this becomes really important because we need that vitamin D, of course, for a healthy immunity. And I want you to check out the vitamin D3. What makes the Vitatree D3 so different on Vitatree.com is the fact that these are soft, chewable gel caps, and they are absolutely delicious, sweetened with monk fruit. They taste like little lemonade candies, so the kids love them. You're going to love them. You don't need to chew them, but I always chew them like a candy because they're so delicious. And you can certainly swallow them if you'd like to, but they are amazing. So they're delicious, chewable, soft gels. They taste like little lemonade candies, which is amazing. Great for all ages and kids as well. Standardized to 1,000 international units per capsule. That's important because not all vitamin D. So if you're taking a liquid sort of form of vitamin D3, it's not always standardized. Each drop is not necessarily always the same size, so you don't know exactly how much you're getting. I love the fact that because these are standardized in the capsules, each one, you know that you're getting 1,000 international units of D3, which, by the way, vitamin D3 is the best absorbed form of vitamin D. When vitamin D is fortified in foods and, in other things like milk and dairy products, it's typically vitamin D2, which has very poor absorption. So this is vitamin D3. And it's in MCTs, so medium chain triglycerides. And that's important because that's from coconuts, because it is in a fat soluble delivery system that's going to help with that absorption of the D3, which is fat soluble. Much like K2 is fat soluble as well. Vitamin E is a fat soluble vitamin. Some of the B vitamins, vitamin C, are more water soluble, so it's a little bit different mechanism as to how they're absorbed. But vitamin D is so important. So if you're feeling it, if you are feeling that your energy is not great, like I said, your hair could be falling out, if you have not seen the sun, all right? A lot of people think, okay, it's summertime or you live in a hotter climate and you're getting vitamin D exposure. Well, I've been to African countries and a lot of people cover up. I mean, they're not outside. We've been taught to fear the sun. We're not getting that natural sunlight exposure. And that's one of the big things that I talk about in my latest book is getting that natural light exposure and how you can be in the sun and do that safely to really build up your vitamin D status. That is really, really important. So something that you definitely will learn in the book, The Lost Medicine. But this is so important for our overall health to optimize our vitamin D3 levels. There's beauty aspects of this. So vitamin D3 actually prevents aging. It's a strong antioxidant as well, which is amazing. And we know that with an increase in body fat, so the more weight that you're holding on to, you're going to have less usable vitamin D in your system. So we actually need good liver and kidney health to optimize our proper conversion to our active vitamin D3. So that's important to note as well. But let's take a look at some of the reviews on the Vitatree vitamin D3. Okay, this is from Jay. I use D3 in combination with magnesium and have found my health is maintained in a positive way. The twitching of my calf muscles have reduced. I'm so glad because that is a common thing with magnesium, calcium, D3 deficiency, that you get these muscle cramps and twitches and things. So that is fantastic, Jay. Okay, 5 stars again from Sylvia. I love the taste of these. They are small and easy to swallow as well. Yeah, so you can actually chew them if you want to chew them like a candy. You can swallow them as well. They are small. 5 stars again for Maria. These work so well. I had a vitamin D level of 41. Okay, that's low. 3 months after starting these, it's up to 137. That is amazing. And you must be feeling so much better, Maria. So thank you for sharing your story. That is good news, amazing news. And again, check out the vitamin D3. It's one of the items that you can find on Vitatree.com. Just reminding you that today is deal day. If you're just tuning in right now, we have a couple of items that are on an extraordinary sale. And this is only going to happen probably once a year on each item. So I want you to take a look at those really quickly. We'll just circle back to our deal day items. That is the active blood sugar balance and, of course, our collagen. Okay, so the regular price of our AccuBlood, this is all about balancing blood glucose levels, helping with weight loss, helping with belly fat. This is regularly $80.78 American, okay? These are available in Canada as well, so you can check out the pricing there. It's just a little bit different, of course, based on the dollar. $54.52 for today only, all right? And as we have quantities available, collagen, again, almost $80 regularly for 2 pouches, $53.98 US. So make sure you're putting these in your cart, as we still do have a little bit of quantity left. This is my last live airing for the live shopping for today. So take advantage of these deals. They do disappear tomorrow on our deal day items. And guys, we will be talking about the Vitamins formula that is coming up. So just stay tuned for that. Super excited about that. Okay, we're moving on to the immune formula. So again, I'm Dr. Janine. If you've seen me on social media, welcome on in. This is our Vitatree live shopping today. I am the formulator of all the Vitatree products. And this happened years ago. I became very disgruntled, let's say, with, what I was prescribing to my patients. I came to realize that most of the professional brands, so often expensive brands that you can only get from a practitioner at the time, were laden and filled with these fillers and flow agents and synthetic nutrients and not natural vitamins at all. And that's how I came to formulating for Vitatree. And this is something that the microcrystalline cellulose is a filler. It's made from wood chips, filling up your capsules. Now at Vitatree, all of those raw materials, that's what fills up your capsule. What the other companies are doing, they can be using up to 95% filler just to fill up the capsule so that it appears like you're getting a great deal and more volume for your money. Let's put it that way. However, are you getting the efficacy? Are you getting the raw materials that are of the highest grade? Are you feeling better? And with something like the immune support, this used to be called our cold, flu, and immune formula, but now we changed it to immune support because it's really supporting your immune system in a completely natural way. And you don't want to mess around with your immunity. If you're coming down with something or you've got, you chronically want to keep your immune system from a preventative standpoint, you want to keep your immune system revved up and ready to go, then this is really, really important. You want to make sure you have the efficacy of the herbal medicines in whatever you're taking. And of course, you'll get that at Vitatree with the immune support. If we look at the ingredients in this formulation, and the standard dosage on this one is 2 capsules a day, and that it's 60 capsules per bottle. So that's going to make this a 30-day supply. However, if you're taking a little bit more, you're going to go through your supply a little bit more quickly. So personally, if I'm coming down with something, I'll take 2 capsules, then I'll wait 2 to 3 hours, then I'll take another 2 capsules. It's great for sore throats. When we look at the ingredients, you'll appreciate how this is working. Okay, especially for the sore throats, let me just point this out. The Althea. Althea is called a demulcent herb. What does that mean? It means that it coats, and it is fantastic for irritated mucous membranes. And that's going to be really, really helpful for that sore throat, as well as if you're sneezing and coughing. Just helps to soothe those membranes. The astragalus is known as a deep immune herbal medicine. It's a strong antiviral, has anti-aging properties as well, and it is really like tonifying. Let's say, in traditional Chinese medicine, we talk about tonifying things. It tonifies the immune system in a natural way, which is amazing. The echinacea is a natural antibiotic, and the indigenous people used to use the extract of the root for toothaches. So topically, it has like a bit of a numbing effect. It's great for sore throats, great for fevers. It does have that natural antibiotic effect, which is amazing. And before we had conventional antibiotics, this was one of the most used herbal antibiotics in terms of, getting people over infections and things. So that's in the formulation as well. The Althea, which we talked about, and the Panax. So Panax ginseng helps to tonify the immune system, especially if you're stressed out. So, when you're stressed out, your immune system will kind of carry you through. And then when you go on vacation, you crash and you get sick. Yeah, so that is the general adaptation syndrome, very, very common. So we want to keep our immune system strong at all times. The immune support can really help to do that. Again, without the fillers, without the flow agents, no magnesium stearate. So please check your vitamins, your supplements at home. Make sure it does not contain magnesium stearate. I mean, really, if you look at the material data safety sheet, magnesium. Really, I should be wearing gloves when I handle this. I should have a mask on. Yeah, it's never been tested for long-term human consumption. They haven't even done the testing in terms of safety and mutagenicity as to, if this is going to actually be helpful or hurtful to our body over time. So that's not something that is found in your bottles. All right. So of course, we don't use it. We never will use it at Vitatree. All right. So when we're looking now at some of our immune support reviews, a 5-star review from Joyce. Love Vitatree. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. I love that. Okay, here's a great one from Julia. Okay, so Julia said, 5 stars again. I got bronchitis and pneumonia for the last 15 years. Okay, doctor prescribed antibiotics and it takes 3 to 4 to me what she said, and what convinced me was that there's no fillers. Yeah. Well, I had to try them. So right away, by the 3rd day, I was feeling so much better. The symptoms were almost gone when normally immune support in stock at all times, especially in the winter months. Thank you so much, Dr. Janine. Well, Julia, thank you for sharing that testimonial. I'm so glad that you're feeling better and that the immune people simply will not be without it, especially in the winter months. Okay, I have a little bit of something for you to look at. Take a look at this, and I'll be right back. What if the real nature's prescription for us? She is our best doctor. You can learn more in my latest book. Please check it out. All right, so that was my latest book, so my 3rd book, and quickly became a national bestseller. So I thank all of you who have already purchased it. If you've not yet checked it out, please maybe get your copy, a copy for a friend. It's a great gift this time of year, especially giving the gift of health. So check it out, The Lost Medicine, Rediscovering Mother Nature's Prescription. It's all about reconnecting with Mother Nature. It is available on Vitatree.com. All right, continuing on, now we're talking a little bit about zinc. All right, so zinc became very popularized a few years ago when the world went nutso, and everybody's worried about their immune system. Well, we know that zinc is a powerful antiviral, very important for our immune system, great for sore throats, but also copper has a similar like effect, and these are very important for your immune function and keeping your immunity strong. And we know that when we have a zinc deficiency, our body could be giving us signs and symptoms of being low. So here we can see in terms of zinc deficiency symptoms, okay, tiredness, exhaustion, lack of concentration related to that low zinc. Thin hair and your hair's falling out related to a zinc deficiency. We had one of our customers, and she shared with us, yeah, I saw you talking about it when I was on television. She saw me talking about zinc deficiency, and she thought, well, maybe that's me. She started taking it as just 1 capsule a day for this one. Well, I started taking her 1 capsule a day, and sure enough, her hair stopped falling out. And she shared it started to regrow and grow back nice and thick like it once was. I mean, amazing. Weak immune system with the zinc deficiency as well. Increased blood glucose levels, so your blood sugars could be high when your zinc is low. White spots on your nails. So if you get those little white spots or your nails are very brittle and breaking, that can be related to low zinc. Dry aging skin. So this is very anti-aging and great for acne and chronic issues, like eczema as well on the skin. Decreased libido, enlarged prostate, infertility issues, dry eyes, blurred vision, loss of taste and smell related to low zinc. Now, who's heard that before? Yeah, exactly. A lot of people, and some people still don't have their taste and smell back. So is it a zinc deficiency? It could be. Now, what makes the Vitatree zinc so different, and the way that I formulated this, I did a lot of research at the time, as you can imagine, like everybody was, so honed in on what can we do to help ourselves and keep ourselves healthy. Well, in the formulation, I included a zinc bisglycinate. So zinc plus the glycine really has that rapid absorption. It doesn't make you feel sick to your stomach, which for a lot of people who do take zinc can make you feel very nauseous if it's the wrong type. So that zinc bisglycinate plus the copper bisglycinate, but also the quercetin. So here's the thing about zinc is that it needs an ionophore. It needs a channel. It needs to have that proper absorption. So actually opening up a channel to allow for that proper zinc to get in to the cell for that proper absorption. That's why I included the quercetin, because that's where I found in the research that this was a zinc ionophore. So that's why you get that rapid absorption, plus the shiitake mushrooms. Now, shiitake mushrooms help to quell something called the cytokine storm. And that is when the immune system kind of gets overzealous, and, you know, it can cause inflammation, causes lung issues, cardiac issues. And that's something that was commonly seen as well. So that's why I included that shiitake mushroom to help to quell the cytokine storm and those inflammatory cytokines. Again, without magnesium stearate, no synthetic ingredients, no fillers or flow agents. If we look at the capsules, you'll appreciate, again, at Vitatree, we're using all natural ingredients without the fillers and flow agents. You can notice it's kind of like a bright yellow color. That's from the quercetin, and that is naturally from the japonica, Sephora japonica plant, which again is naturally sourced quercetin. Now we know that what can cause a zinc deficiency, it's more common than what you would think. So if you've got leaky gut syndrome, if you have a lot of stress, if you eat a lot of sugar and carbohydrates, that's going to decrease your proper zinc absorption. If you take certain medications, so if you're on NSAIDs, acid blockers, birth control, steroids, estrogen, ACE inhibitors, these can all inhibit your proper absorption in the stomach and digestive tract of your actual zinc. And now you have that zinc deficiency. So, you know, if it's something that you're curious about, it's not usually something that your doctor is testing for if you're having your regular routine blood work done, but it's very, very common to have a zinc deficiency. And just one capsule a day, that's the standard dosage on this one. I actually prefer to take it in the morning. For me, it's kind of like my armor for the day. If you're fighting something, you're taking one capsule a day. Usually one capsule is enough for this supplement, whereas some of the other Vitatree supplements, I'll say, okay, you can take a little bit more. But usually for most people, just the one capsule a day in the morning is a great armor that you're putting on for your immune system and to keep you healthy. If your hair is falling out, that could be related to the zinc as well. So just food for thought. And that's why I share so much information when I talk about my formulations, because I often find that, you know, the more you know, the better choices that you can make for yourself in terms of your health. So thanks for tuning in today. If you're just tuning in for the first time, this is our deal day, and we have a bunch of, and we're almost wrapping up. So yeah, you caught the show just in time. This is my last live presentation today of our deal day items, and they're only good and valid for one day, up to 35% off. So our AccuBlood Sugar Balance, if you're just tuning in now, that's all about balancing blood glucose levels. You can check out more info on Vitatree.com, but don't miss the deal, okay? That goes away tomorrow. So it's $54.52, regular $80.78 in US. Of course, our Canadian pricing is a little bit different, but it is available on that severe discount as well. Regular for our collagen powder. So this is a hydrolyzed bovine collagen, highly, highly absorbed, remarkable for hair growth, your nails, your skin, for your bone density, for your joints, your ligaments, your tendons. It's a type 1 and type 3 collagen. Please check it out. I've never seen it at this price. I don't know if we'll ever see it again. Set regular price $79.98. Our deal day just for today, $53.98. So make sure you're putting those two in your cart and talking about our men. All right. And men's health. That's where we're going next with our Vitamins formula, also known as our men's formula. We're in transition in terms of the name of the product, but this is remarkable for men's health. And it's all about helping to find that balance. So as much as women, yes, we do have our women. Where's my women's formula? We do have our women's formula as well, ladies. So don't miss out on that. Check it out on Vitatree.com, all about balancing our female hormones, which we know is so important through perimenopause and menopause, PMS symptoms for the younger women as well. This is really helpful for balancing those hormones. But for the guys, let's focus on you. So this is our special for the week. So we've got this on special for the week. And this is remarkable because the Vitamins formula is all about finding the balance for men's hormones and testosterone. And we know what can happen is that you can have a little bit too much of the DHT, dihydrotestosterone, not as favorable as just, you know, your regular mainstream testosterone. Now, what happens with stress is that with higher cortisol levels and something called leptin resistance is that You can have a lowering over overall testosterone. So your lack of motivation, comes into play, lack of energy, more stress, more cortisol. Pregnenolone steal is something that I talk about in social media, which can all be part and parcel of what's happening with those changing hormones in andropause. So ladies, we've got menopause. The guys have andropause. So this is important with the men's formula today. All right, special super sale, again, at a significant discount. So 30% off on subscription. So check it out. Put this in your cart. Free shipping on subscription. You can also do a one-time at $67.18. That is a 2-month supply. All right, with 2 capsules a day. This is a 60-day supply. So a great opportunity today for the guys. And maybe ladies, you're purchasing for your famous men in your lives, and it's such a great thing that you can do for their health. And it's designed to protect the prostate. So when we look at the ingredients, very specific for prostate prevention and health as well. The maca, adaptogenic herbal medicine. So this is going to help to balance out cortisol levels, stress hormones, which we know is related to what's happening with declining estrogen over time, as well as testosterone, progesterone, because of that lack of balance with our cortisol levels. Leptin is implicated here as well. But maca is adaptogenic, so helping in the body to react to that stress. Saw palmetto, really important for decreasing that DHT, so the less favorable testosterone, the one that causes the hair loss in men. Women can have high DHT as well. That can be linked to PCOS, and, getting the hirsutism and the hair growth in the wrong places for the women. So saw palmetto is something that can do that. Stinging nettle is something that will help with the urologic symptoms. So when we're talking about urinary symptoms associated with that enlarging prostate, this is addressed with the stinging nettle, and it is quite remarkable. We've had fantastic testimonials for men who have taken this, and they were running to the bathroom all the time. I remember this one man who called in shortly after we launched this product in Canada. I'm going to say probably 12 years ago or more. And he said, I started taking your Vitamins formula, and I can't believe it. I was running to the bathroom in the nighttime, like every half hour to an hour. He had to get up and use the washroom. He knew, and it was diagnosed that he had an enlarging prostate. And he said, yeah, it took me like 2 weeks or so on the Vitamins formula, and I stopped having to get up at night to go pee. I'm like, wow, yeah, that is amazing. That's the Vitatree difference, because without the fillers, the flow agents, with the highest grade of the raw materials, the herbal medicines that I've chosen based on my research to put in synergy with one another in the formulations, that's what you're getting at Vitatree. And that's why we get those types of results and reviews. I'm going to share some reviews in just a second. As well as the pumpkin seed, a natural whole food source for zinc. And we know that zinc, so a great combination would actually be to take our Vitamins formula with the zinc that we just talked about. That combination for men is amazing for the prostate, for your DHT levels, so balancing your testosterone, for energy, for stamina. Great combination for infertility. So couples that are challenged with infertility issues, for the guys, you've got to make sure that you're optimizing your zinc levels. And so this will help with that, but I would actually add in 1 capsule of the zinc, the separate formula, to help with your sperm. And that's what the studies, you can look this up, sperm motility and numbers, with zinc. Incredible. Again, this is our super sale item of the week. So this sale will last as long as we have some quantity available. It will last a little bit longer than our deal day items. So this is amazing. Subscription, free shipping. You can cancel at any time. That's 30% off our one-time price. And you can actually split up your payments if you wanted to do interest-free payments. That would be amazing as well. But let's take a look at some testimonials on our Vitamins formula. And this is from Shamel. He said, 5 stars. Vitamins has also given me a great boost of energy to start my day, allowing me to run and play with my son, and helps me keep up with my basketball team that I coach. I encourage all men to use it. Well, thank you so much for sharing your testimonial, as well as 5 stars from Joseph. With starting my own family, I want to make sure my reproductive health is taken care of. The supplement grabbed my attention for all of its benefits, which are most important to me and my family. I definitely recommend it. Well, thank you so much, Joseph and Shamal. Thank you for your testimonials. It's always so great to hear such great feedback on any of my formulations. I love to hear that, and it is remarkable. So remember, this is our deal day. My last live airing ending shortly, but check out on the website. So please go to Vitatree.com. You can call the toll-free number as well. And, during regular business hours, I must add, but, deal day offer on the AccuBlood, great for blasting away that belly fat and that stubborn weight related to insulin resistance. So deal day item, $54.52, regular $80.78. I mean, incredible deals here. Our collagen, our hydrolyzed grass-fed collagen, super well absorbed and digested. Again, another deal day item that disappears tomorrow, the pricing, okay? So please check it out. Regular $79.98. I've never seen this price before on our 2-pack of collagen, 20 scoops per pouch. You will love it. It is remarkable at $53.98. So lock that in, put that in your cart. And of course, our men's formula, we just finished speaking about that. Amazing for your men's health, balancing the hormones, helping with energy, stamina, helping to protect the prostate. I mean, the normal size of a prostate should be about the size of a walnut, but when it's enlarging, that becomes problematic, and that's when you start to get some of the urinary symptoms. So I don't want you to be suffering, guys. I want you to take care of yourselves, or maybe, your loved ones are purchasing this for you, and just it's for your energy at the end of the day. We don't have to even know that it's for the prostate, but it's for your energy, guys. I want you to feel your best, look your best, and of course, do all things Vitatree. So go to Vitatree.com, learn some more, and check out and make sure you're following me as well and following Vitatree so that you know when our next live deal is, our deal day, but don't miss out on those live shopping options and put them in your cart. Check them out on Vitatree.com, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for shopping with me today. It was so much fun. We'll see you next time. Check this out.